And I believe I am live. I'm a few minutes late, but I hope everyone who wants to be here is here. Oh, these beads are a little mixed up. Anyway, this is a Get Ready with Me live stream where I put on makeup and talk about books. And please join in the conversation. And I'm pretty sure I have audio this time. I know I had an issue last week. And we have cappuccino and blue blacks here. Yay, that means I can officially start. Okay, grab a mirror. So I'm trying a little experiment. If you notice anything different, these are not tattoo eyebrows. These are drawn on eyebrows. Last week there was a drag queen named Nova who I did the under eyes. I'm going to try that again this week. But then her partner, the channel's called Novimpia, decided to do a tutorial. And I tried to copy the eyebrow tutorial, which I'm not sure if you can see, but they're supposed to be ombre'd. So I like this side, but I really am not happy with this side. But I guess on camera, it may not look too bad. Audio is fine. Yes, thank God. Oh, and Lori Romer is here. Hey, Lori. Thank you. Love you too. So, oh boy. You know, it doesn't look as bad on screen. These eyebrows I'm looking at. Again, they're supposed to be ombre'd out, and I don't know. Let me know if you like them better than the tattoo eyebrows. So this week I was thinking about doing a gold orangey look. So I haven't had the best of luck with yellow. But oh, wait a sec. Where's my? Oops. I'm organized as per usual, but my Willy Wonka, one of the brown palette just got destroyed somehow. I'm not sure how or why, but I want to go back to this Oompa Loompa, I think. Daylight Savings Time has finished here, so now it is only 5 a.m., Lynette. 5 a.m. Yikes. I didn't realize it was that early. I'm so oblivious to time differentials. Oops. So maybe I'll start with the yellow. Hold on. They look good. Oh, the eyebrows? I don't know if it saves time or not. Actually, I think tattoos are faster, believe it or not. So I'm just going to lay some yellow. Yeah, this isn't showing up. Okay. Stamp it on. And I don't think I angled the eyebrows up high enough because there's not that much room to put color down. Or maybe I just drew my cheat lines a little high. Can you see the yellow? Should have gone in with face paint, so yeah, that is really early. I hope you usually get up that early or not, and you're not like getting up early just for this. With the caftan top, yellow and gold would be appropriate. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So how is everyone's reading this week? Because I have to tell you, I am not having a good time reading. Because if there's a book I really like, I can really get into, and it's fast paced, I can go through a book really quick. But if a book is like really slow and then I'm just not getting into it, it takes me forever. Because I'm currently reading Harrow the Ninth. And this is why it was such a big disappointment. I really, really enjoyed Gideon the Ninth. I thought that was, did I give it 5 stars or 4 stars? I did have some issues with Gideon, but it was a really good read, I thought, really imaginative, and I loved the voice in the writing. The writing, it was told third person, but it just had this really unique, sarcastic type of voice. But so I was expecting the same thing with Harrow the Ninth, and no, that voice is gone. No more of that voice that I liked. That was sarcastic and what's the word I want? It's just a very salty voice in the writing. And this one, I guess it's supposed to be in Harrow's voice, and it's just not as engaging. And then it's doing all this stuff. I can't really talk too much about it without giving away Gideon, which I do recommend. And I don't think you need Harrow to follow up. And I don't know if I'm going to pick up the third book. I think there's a third book coming. But it's doing this weird thing of jumping back and forth in time. And even though it's third person, one of the time jumps is incredibly unreliable, which I don't mind that much, but it's like after reading Gideon, I know it's unreliable in this one, and it's just getting very weird. And I'm wondering if this is some type of experimental writing. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not happy with Harrow. Okay, what do we have here? Fit to be read. Hi. Was reading Claire in the Sun. Totally don't understand how it received positive. Oh no. That's a book I picked up. Did you read the other book? Sheesh. The previous book I really enjoyed by that author. It was a standalone. I want to say Call Me by my name, but I know that's way off. Legendborn realized that it's to be continued. It's really hard to get a standalone fantasy or science fiction, Blue Black. But I've heard so many good things about Legendborn. Oh, Cappuccino's enjoying our reading. That's good. Fully into the audiobook of what? Did I miss something? Oh, Claire in the Sun, maybe? Finished You Androids. Oh, the old Philip K. Dick. It's a much better book. Yeah. And those were like slim books, those science fiction books in the 60s. They were like a lot slimmer than the tones they come up with now. And I like Philip K. Dick. Although he's one of those authors where it's hit or miss with me. Like sometimes I enjoy talking about Philip K. Dick's books more than I do reading them. Never Let Me Go. Thank you, Blue Black. That was the previous book by Ishiguro. Is that his name? Remains of the Day. And you liked Never Let Me Go as well. I haven't read Remains of the Day. Is that the one that won the Pulitzer? Oh, Claire in the Sun. Well, I'm still going to read it because I said I'd read it. And no comment, fit to be read. Just finished the Poppy War and I'm about to start the Dragon Republic. I really enjoyed that series, Kayla. And it's a dark fantasy, just to let you know. It gets darker the further you go into that series, but I enjoyed it dark. series. I know what you meant. Claire is a character-driven book, at least so far. Yeah. So that was the Never Let Me Go was also extremely character-driven, not much action at all. Okay, so I'm going in with Oompa Loompa from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory palette. Okay, have to stamp it. Oh, I put this cut crease way too high. And this isn't going to cover it. Oh well. I have an idea though. And the audiobook I'm listening to is the sequel to Memory Called Empire, which is, I'm so bad with book names. Something Called Peace, Desolation of Peace. Anyway, I kind of wish I didn't do the audiobook version, because in that book, one thing I really liked about Memory Called Empire is it was told in the it was told by one point of view, by the main character. And in Desolation Called Peace, I think that's it, that one has point of view shifts, and not just point of view, but it jumps around to different storylines like 3 times in a chapter, which is kind of annoying in an audiobook. I much prefer it to keep with one POV, at least per chapter. And I don't find it as engaging personally as Memory Called Empire, but was it one of you guys that said you actually liked it better? Dirty mind? No, I don't have a dirty mind. We like it. If anyone wants to read a standalone fantasy, The Sword of Kagan is getting a lot of. Is that a new book? I haven't heard of that one. Hey, Kayla. For my library, sometimes I'm sure they will get it. Yeah. Yeah. Pulitzer Prize winning literature novelist. Yeah, they're going to get his book. I'd love to read. Naomi Novak has some really good standalone fantasies. Uprooted was really good. And there's another one that was really good. Spinning Silver, that was it, which is kind of a Rumpelstiltskin retelling. And was Uprooted like supposed to be Rapunzel? Oh, I'm really regretting this cut crease being so high. Oops, shoot. Okay. Okay, got that. Oh, Blue Black, you like Desolation more. Well, I'm only like a third of the way in, so I may. I mean, I haven't even gotten to the aliens yet. Not really. Maybe like there was one interlude. So I am curious about that. So maybe I'm just not into it enough. Who's the author for Sword of Kagan? I don't know that one. So today I think I'm just going to do some tag videos. I think Fit to Be Read, I think I have to do one of your tags. But I don't post them right away. It's probably going to be weeks before I post them because I have so many other books that I need to. So many other videos I need to post, and I'm only posting twice a week. But I like having a catalog of books videos that I've already shot in case I have to miss a week or something. This. Oh, this is a big one. I am conflicted about Uprooted. Aspects of it I loved, the malignant forest, the female friendship, but other things I did not like. The horrible romantic subplot. Honestly, it's been a while since I read it, so I don't remember the subplot. Because I remember it was from, I thought it was interesting because I guess it was a play on sort of Jewish tropes about moneylenders. That's how I first started reading it, and sort of a metaphor about how those types of stereotypes are treated. I don't remember the romance. Oh my gosh. But I do remember in the other one, or no, I'm thinking of Spinning Silver. I am so sorry. I'm thinking of Spinning Silver. Uprooted. Okay, it's the girl that goes to the tower that gets trained by the magician. Yeah, there's sort of a mentoree thing that goes romantic. Maybe that's it. That was also in Trudy Canavan's Black Magician series. If you don't like that, probably want to stay away from that book. But it was sort of the student and teacher's relationship gets a little close eventually. M.L. Wang, said to be Poppy War's an Airbender. Oh, that sounds good. What's that book? The Sword of Kagan. I'll have to check that out. The best thing I'm reading right now is Black Sun. I've heard about that too. There's so many books I need to read. Black Sun. A lot of people said Uprooted is like Beauty and the Beast. What did I say? Rapunzel? Okay, I guess, yeah, I guess it's more Beauty and the Beast. But both Uprooted and Spinning Silver are so far removed from any of the traditional fairy tales. It's fine to say inspiration, but you're not going to get any parallel storylines. Read Trail of Lightning Storm of Locust. Yeah, I haven't read anything by Run Horse. What's I going to do? Okay, I'm going to do something weird. I'm going to start smoking out black, and come down really low, just so if I can somehow get my cut crease to get lower. Paper brush. So last week I did a reaction video to Jess Owens, which I don't know if it's actually much of a good video because the book community video I reviewed, because that's what I wanted to review, was about ableism with a author and their agent. I think it's a trans author, and the agent let the author go, and the author feels as though it was because they're ableist. Because the writing is different and they needed some type of accommodation. So anyway, it was an interesting discussion. There's no real conclusion about who's right and who's wrong. But I don't know if it was made for a very good reaction video. But then then I saw her latest video, which is about authorial intent and authors coming into reviewer spaces, which I thought was much more interesting. So I'm thinking about, why don't I just do 2 reaction videos on Jess Owens? I mean, who's to say that I can only do one? I mean, it's my channel. But that is a hot topic right now. Should authors go into reviewers' spaces and comment on their reviews, or is that crossing a line? And it's not like there's any rule. There's no Booktube police or book reviewer police that's going to stop you one way or the other. But like Jess Owens strongly feels that authors should not go into reviewer spaces, and has been very vocal about that. And Daniel Green, who is a very, very well-known booktuber, believes that it's productive to have authors going into reviewer spaces, and he's just published his indie book and has been going into commenting on people's reviews of his books in a respectful way, I think. But oh, and Jess's video, her latest video that I was kind of really interested in and wanted to comment on or react to, was about the toxic fan base that some authors acquire, that if you don't like an author's book, they'll really come at you, which is all over the internet. Oops. Okay, I'm sorry I'm missing your comments. Kind of blew up last week. A couple of YouTubers I watch get caught in the crosshairs of certainly fairly toxic fandoms. Yeah. Talking about toxic fandoms, I definitely believe there should be free to. The more comment and engagement, the better. Yeah, that's how Daniel Green feels. Want to hear all voices and perspectives, right? The counter argument to that is that it makes reviewers uncomfortable to review books freely, thinking that they're going to go under the microscope of certain authors. And I've kind of felt that if an author says something positive about my channel or something, or usually on Twitter, I feel very uncomfortable giving a bad review to their books. But books are not. Well, the thing that happens is that if the author says, oh, I don't agree with your, or I have issues with your review of my book, and then their fan base, they finds out, you could get a lot of toxicity thrown your way. That was a whole discussion about toxic fan base. Wanderness, hi, so glad you dropped by. One of your lives before, but got a bit of spare time. Thank you for enjoying us. And I hope you enjoy watching paint dry, because that is literally what putting drag makeup is. I'm definitely against what Green does. I think Booktube fame has got to his head. Yeah, a lot of people are thinking that. But sort of the devil's advocate, it's kind of a marketing ploy. People are talking about him and talking about his book. Bethany talking about the Malazan thing. Yeah, that was the Stephen Erickson's Malazan series. Erickson is apparently very engaged on what reviewers say about his books, and has got some heat from some people about it. And according to Jess Owen's video, he's decided not to directly comment on book videos, but if he wants to address something that a reviewer has brought up about authorial intent, that he'll do it on his Facebook or wherever he posts stuff. Lori Romer just got back from, oh, I almost read that as talking to the dog. It's like you talk to your dog. Taking the dog out, I've heard some things about the issue. Not sure I feel about it. Yeah, me too. Although, one thing I do, like you should never, ever, ever tag an author if you give them a negative review. But I do sometimes tag an author if I give a positive review, tag them on Twitter, and when I say, oh, here's my video. And this just happened because I posted a very glowing review of When You Trap a Tiger by Tay Keller, and I tagged Tay Keller. And then Tay Keller retweeted my tweet. But again, that's a positive review, and I'm kind of inviting the author to comment on my video if she wanted. She didn't comment on the video, but she retweeted it, and so that was cool. I get that, and it did make it hard for me to review. Clara, I felt very comfortable being negative. Yeah, I hate giving negative reviews, actually. And even my negative reviews aren't really that negative. Like some authors tear up books. I agree about Daniel. I used to enjoy watching, but things have changed. His channel's gotten bigger. I don't watch all his videos because he posts a lot of videos, but once in a while I'll enjoy his video. Yeah, he may have gotten a little carried away. This is his first published book. He's really invested in it and wants to be, since he's so prominent on social media, I think he just wants to be as engaged as possible, which isn't the case with most authors. Erickson replied to Beth, oh, did he? When the video, she specifically said that she didn't want him to come into her comments. Well, then he's just being an asshole. Do not take an author into reviews unless it's really positive. Yeah, that's my. But, oh, hi, Jackie. It's my sister, Jackie. Hope you're doing well. Cappuccino, I didn't realize. That's a good point. Yeah, if you are interested in more of the subject of negative reviews or not, check out Jess Owen's videos on it. Also, Daniel Green's alternate perspective on it. And some other people have been commenting on it. I think, I keep wanting to say cappuccino, but it's not you, Cappuccino. Someone just recently posted a video on it. Caffeinated Covers, that's it. And she's a smaller channel. Okay, I don't like where this is going. Oh, well, this is going to be a very dark look. I was going to do like bright gold and this. Man, why did I cut this crease so high? I will only give a negative review if there is something really problematic about the book. Cappuccino, hi, Jackie. Wanderness, I usually only tag an author if they are in upcoming books video, and I'm trying to score a cheeky arc. There you go. Okay, this look is going crazy. I'm just going to cut the crease and hope for the best. Okay, talk among yourselves as I try to focus on this. I'm just going to have to follow it. I'm committed. Oh, the blend is really bad. Oh my gosh. Oh, y'all. I don't know if I like this. Kind of thinking of doing some type of color maybe on the white, because there's just so much white here. I'm going to try to blend out this black a little bit more. It's just not. I thought I was going to do gold today, but. Oh, shoot. Okay. RuPaul Drag Race, which was better this season? Definitely the UK version. in my opinion, because I love Lawrence Chaney, and Bimini Bon Boulash was a breakout, and it was something more fun on the UK because there still has kind of that, I guess, like the early seasons of Drag Race wasn't as produced as they have become. A Wanderness, you actually gave up on the US one? I still watch it. It has its moments. I finished Lockdown by Peter May a couple days ago. It is a murder mystery set during, wow, he wrote that quick. He wrote it in, what? He wrote it in 2005, but couldn't get it published because he was told it was too realistic. That is hilarious. 3 or 4 episodes in. Did you also see the first season? What's a complementary color for gold? Or just, maybe not even complementary, maybe just... I mean, I could try one of this gold. I think that would look good. I just want to go with the pink on the white, a little bit of pink, but I'm not sure if that would look good. Oh well, it's just makeup. The UK one feels more wholesome. The US one feels like scripted drama. Yeah, that's what I mean by being so produced. It feels, the US version does definitely feels produced. But I'm really curious about the Australian one. I guess it's coming over the summer. Okay, we're talking about the Lockdown by Peter May. It's too unrealistic. Publishers did not believe that London would. GG Good, Robot. Oh, I don't know if I have silver. London would ever be on a lockdown. That is so funny. That someone wrote a book so long ago. So I'm just doing pink like about there. By the way, if you want to know a toxic fan base, toxic fan base, the RuPaul Drag Race fan base can be really toxic. Go in with the white. there, and that should. So does that pink look ombre? Oh, spending too much time on this. I'll be here forever. Some of the death threats you see being sent in droves on social media to the cast is heartbreaking. Yes. Wanderness, that's what happened in RuPaul's Drag Race. And there's a lot of racism, believe it or not, in the fandom. Yeah, it's out of control. So when we talk about booktube drama, I mean, it is nothing compared to drama in other fields. Some of the contestants are also very, yeah, that's true, blue-black. But on YouTube, the beauty community has some really toxic fans as well. And then there's that whole thing with James Charles. I don't know if you guys are aware. He's like the top beauty makeup guru. You know what I always thought was weird? So few men wear makeup other than like drag queens. Why do the top creators in this traditionally female space, why are the men? Because there's James Charles, Jeffree Star, Manny MUA, did I say Patrick Star? Anyway, he's going through this thing where he apparently sorry, just have to use eyes. Apparently he flirted with underage boys, teens, like 16, 17-year-olds on his social media accounts. And I had defended James Charles like a year ago, 2 years ago, because I didn't think it was fair how he was being treated. But now there's all these new allegations that, I don't know, what was my point? My point was the fan bases are still supporting him, and because he issued an apology video where a lot of people are like liking it and forgiving him. But the people that don't like James Charles are really coming hard for him, and maybe deservedly so. But the beauty space is just a whole nother animal. That is compared to like the booktube space. Okay. James Charles is Kardashian level rubbish, IMO. But at least, I mean, the Kardashians, at least he has a talent. His talent is makeup and take that which you will. I don't understand, and I have never understood why the Kardashians became popular. Because they don't have any talent, really, that I could see. "16 and 17 are legal in my part of the world. I would not like it if my son were being chatted up by an older celebrity." Yeah. He's not that old, though. He's 21, I think. But, in the United States, the age of consent, if you're not from the United States, it may seem weird how we divide up between state rights and federal rights. Like each territory is like, in some ways, almost their own sovereign territory. So you get a situation where, like, some states it may be 17 years old, that is the age of consent. And the neighboring state could be 18 years old. So it's like statutory rape on this state, but you can just walk 5 miles away and it's legal. So I think that it should just be a federal issue. Just make the age of consent consistent across all of the United States, because it just gets messy when because we also have this law about taking someone across state lines for relations, and part of that is because the age of consents are different. Can't take someone across state lines for those purposes, even if it's legal in the neighboring. Anyway, how do we get on this topic? I'm sorry I brought it up. Wanderness, I hope this isn't naive of me to ask, but has James Charles broke the law by sending photos to 16-year-olds? I ask because our age of consent is 16. I don't know. I don't think we would have to see the pictures. If it's just sort of his derriere, I don't think that could just be like an artistic artwork, but if it's full frontal in an excited state, that probably would be breaking the law if it was in the United States. I don't know how it works, international laws. I don't understand why people will defend the indefensible just because someone is their favorite. No excuse for sexualizing underage people. Very good point, Cappuccino. I would not worry about a 21-year-old. Yeah, he's not like well, the other thing about James Charles is there is a power differential since he's such a big name celebrity in certain spaces. Most people have never heard of him, but those who have, there is a power dynamic there. Pretty much answered it. Okay. Make it consistent. Yeah. It may be legal, but I can't understand how on earth someone wants to be with a 16-year-old. Right, Blue Black? Totally agree. Yeah, a lot of places the age of consent 16, which it will blows away the minds of some people in the States. Yeah, I'm also not a parent, so since I'm not a parent, I do things like in the local elections, I won't vote on like the school board or things like that because it doesn't really affect me at all. So opinions about like the age of consent, it's not going to affect me. I think parents should make that decision, maybe in the ballot box or whatever. And God, I don't want to be so controversial. But even with abortion, I don't think men should make the laws. So let the women vote on it. Illegal. Thing that gets me is the drinking age being at 21 in the USA. It wasn't always 21. USA is a sci-fi place in many aspects for outsiders, no doubt. But let me tell you, I was around when the drinking age was 18. And I think it should be 18 because if, and this was the argument back then, it didn't go very far. And again, drinking age is by state, but I think they're all 21 now. But the argument for me back then was that, okay, we can draft an 18-year-old, send him off to Vietnam. I'm not that old, but it was still fresh in the minds. Or just, we can have an 18-year-old join the army or the military and defend our country and have their life at risk in wherever they are, but they can't go to a bar and have a drink. I mean, granted, people aren't very responsible at that age. Brains don't finish developing until you're 25 years old. But I think we just need to pick an age or an adult at some age and let's just stick to it. I mean, maybe the age for adulthood should be 21. But if that's the case, don't draft. Well, not that there's a draft now, but maybe people aren't ready to make a decision to join the military until they're 21. I don't know if I like this or not, but what do you think of the eye look? I'm kind of committed to it. Okay. I am more shocked on the right to bear arms. I heard you can buy arms at Walmart. Yeah. Well, you know, and most of my progressive friends aren't going to agree with me on this, but I've just come to the acceptance that guns are just part of American culture. And as much as I think it makes sense to have stricter gun laws and background checks and that type of thing, we were founded, you know, in the Old West, and through revolution. And like it or not, it's embedded in our Constitution. Oh, excuse me. It's embedded in our Constitution, the right to bear arms, and it has become a cultural has become so embedded in our culture that it's really hard to get rid of it. And like I said, there is a constitutional provision that allows people the right to bear arms. So but it just makes sense to me that, I was going to say, just like a driver's license, a gun license makes sense to me. But some people are against even that. Okay, so let me set this with white. Oh, thank you, Lynette. If the USA did nothing after Sandy Hook, they never will. In Australia, it was a shock of the Port Arthur mass carrier that made it possible to change the laws. Yeah, but Australia, I don't think your constitution has specifically says citizens have the right to bear arms. Off topic, but do you use Goodreads? I do use Goodreads, but I don't really I just mostly use it to keep track of what I'm reading. And I don't get involved, mostly because I don't know how. But I know there's clubs and that type of thing. But I definitely find it useful for just to get lists of books and just to see the star rating. I do give star ratings for books, but I don't give written reviews like some people do. Okay, so I'm going to go with some gold on the bottom. Yeah, a lot of people don't like Goodreads. And I forgot that a couple of you were talking about a site that you did like more. Lori Romer, I don't like it either. It's too cluttered. One thing I do like about it is the new releases by month, just for shelve it or shove it. But that's not a great reason to use it. Okay, this gold isn't showing up, so I'm going to go with my liquid gold. Can you see that on camera, the gold? Okay, maybe I can use this gold. You know what I think would be cool if there's like a gold line. Oh, I'm really asking for it for doing this. Storygraph. Thank you, Cappuccino and Blue Black. Yeah, a lot of people like Storygraph. That's what I was trying to think of. See the gold. Can see the gold. I have recently joined Storygraph. I'm still testing it. Yeah, I joined it, but I haven't really used it yet. There is. Okay, I just need a teeny tiny brush. Okay, I'm gonna have to bend down here because I need this mirror I have that's like one of those magnifying mirrors. Maybe just. Boy, this is an exciting video. I don't even know if you can see it. I just like did a little half circle of gold. Okay, can you see the gold on the? Oh well, I'm not going to press my luck. Does anyone follow the International Booker Prize? I don't. Blue Black. released their long list this week. I'm glad to get away from Amazon as much as I can. I will still shop there. Yeah, Amazon has taken over the world, hasn't it? Amazon is taking it. Yeah. So, yeah. It's just so easy to order books on Amazon, especially because I have a Kindle. Well, I think I'm going to call this I Look On. I just don't want to futz around with it more than I have to. I don't know the Booker prizes. Lori, I do follow it, but have not read any of the long listed books. Amazon News, Audible. So is there a long list? Is it just a list of books, or are they divided by category, like science fiction, romance, fantasy? That's supposed to be highlighter. I don't think you can see it. I actually don't even own real highlighter. Okay, I'm just going to put on some lips and call it Dunsies. You scribbled before Audible. There are 2 prizes, Booker Prize. There's formerly Man Booker, awarded to any book written in English, and International awarded to translated English. That's interesting. A lot of people like, I don't know, Libro.fm. And indie book sellers get cut out of their sales. Yeah. Oh, what's this? Lynette, I look at the Hugo Nebula and the Gold Dagger Mystery Awards, but that is about it. I think you had mentioned the Nebula to me, and I've actually filmed a video weeks ago about the Nebula that I need to post this month. Oh, okay. Making a mess. Okay, I'm going to go back to pencils for lips today. Oh, I hate drawing lips. One side's higher than the other. And it's so choppy using pencils. I'm gonna have to go back to my flash palette and fill this in. Or I mean, smooth it out. Oops. Oops. If I leave Audible, go to Libro. Goddess, Libro shares some of the sales profits with indie books. Oh, I like that. There's a Chirp Books for audiobooks, but I cannot use it because it is only available. Don't know that one either. Yeah. It's very hard to be an indie bookseller. I don't know how they even do it now. Well, actually, I do know one. There's a bookseller in San Francisco who's Borderlands. And they specialize in, science fiction, fantasy, and I think maybe mystery. I'm not sure about the mystery part. But they have a membership, and that's how they stay in business, where people buy memberships to help support the bookstore, and maybe they get a book. Actually, I don't know how the membership works. Let me do red. But yeah, because the more and more people buy ebooks, the harder it is for indie bookstores to stay open. And I have to admit, I'm part of the problem because if I switched over to ebooks. I resisted going to ebooks for a long, long time. But I would end up with so many physical books because I prefer to buy books in libraries. Because I feel like I support the authors that way. But finally, my husband brought me a Kindle. And because I have poor eyesight, the ability to adjust the font size was a big game changer to me. and as well as the light, being able to read at night without having to have a little night light or any of that type of stuff. What happened to my red lipstick? No. How could I lose a red lipstick? Okay, I have this. It's really cheap lipstick. I don't even know if it's good anymore. Oh well. I actually have some red glitter I wanted to try. So let's. Maybe I'll just use a gloss, see if it will stick with gloss. Can you see the glitter? Okay, this it could be a little messy. I think it also helps bookshops have Tasmania section because books sell that only have small printings. Yeah. Cannot be bought on Amazon. Interesting. Yay, glitter. What's a good editing tool to outline your head out of a JPEG? Well, I use Photoshop, but that's really not for everyone because it's expensive. But I know there are free tools out there that allow you to do it. And I don't know what those tools are. If anyone knows editing tools that mimic Photoshop that can be used for thumbnails, please share. Okay. So do some simple earrings. Thank you. Too lazy to do thumbnails. Well, if you are trying to grow your channel, thumbnails are really important for the click-through rate, the CTR. And Fit to be Read. I don't know if you know of a booktuber called Books and Lala, but she did an experiment for an entire year where she tried a different popular thumbnail every week. And that was kind of an interesting one. Grab my wig. Come on, wig. Oops. Oh, eyelashes. Fudge, 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 fudge. You know, there's always something. There's always something. And I have to take these off now because I can't put eyelashes on with gloves. Anyway, Books and Lala has a video. I think it was released in, I guess it was January or February, where she went over her experiment where she took it was crazy. She took an entire year to create this video where she tried different thumbnails each year to see how they did. And one of the reasons why, let me pull this out. One of the reasons why I have my thumbnails as I do, because as an experiment, I wanted to follow what seemed to work for her. And one of the things I've been trying to keep with is to have white backgrounds, which I really don't love, but if they work, they work. And I had someone tell me that my videos, seeing my video with a white background does seem to make it stand out from the pack. And the other thing, which I'm sure you could do quite easily, is make your face big and prominent. I don't know why that works, but the bigger your face is and the more you can fill it into the thumbnail, the more successful it is, apparently. I should have done this before the wig, but let's hope for the best. Oh, and I didn't draw points on my eyes. I'll do that in a sec. But again, there are freebie thumbnail makers out there that I know does Photoshop type things. I'm not sure if they'll put the white outline around. Because when you do that in Photoshop, you have to actually physically outline or use a tool to outline the figure and then cut it out and then put a white outline around it. Let's put this on the wrong side. Did I do it again? Are these? Oh. Okay, eyelashes on, and let me draw. But I do suggest you check out that Books and Lala video if you can find it. I'm just going to draw like a little cat eye in the corner of my eyes. So this looking black. Okay, now I'm done. I think the white background idea is just to make it stand out, just to make it different than every other video. Because a lot of videos with the like a whole bunch of bookshelves behind sometimes, or just like a really busy background, sometimes hides the, or doesn't make it stand out from the other Booktube videos or thumbnails that pop up on people's feeds. Like there's that one time where everyone found out that bright yellow backgrounds really made your videos pop. So, and I've tried it too, but then once everyone starts doing it, it sort of defeats the purpose. But if you can find a background, usually a solid or solid-ish color, then that would probably help with the old CTRs. Anyway, sorry, went on a bit long about that. Okay, talking about Lala's thumbnail experiment. Canva, yeah, check out Canva. I don't know if they do the outlines, but I know a lot of people use it. Oh, you use Canva. That if they don't do outlines, I don't know. You look fat. Thank you. Thank you. So I guess this is going to be the final look. I look white. Maybe it's because of the dark lips. Maybe I'll put some bronzer on later. But how long have we been here? Hour 30. So thank you for joining me. This is my get ready with me, and this is a look we came up with. Wasn't quite what I was going for, but I think I like the glitter on the lips, and I don't know if I like the eyes. The eyes weren't quite what I was going to plan for, but I am also experimenting with these drawn on eyebrows rather than the tattoos. I'm doing it in paint. Yipes. Okay, if it works, it works. Good luck with that. Okay, guys, I'm going to head out, film some videos, have some tag videos to do, may do another Jess Owens video, see how I feel. But as usual, until we meet again, may all the books you read be blessed, and hope you're here next week. Bye-bye.